All right, everybody, welcome back to the channel. And today, I'm going to be ranking my top 10 favorite Mario Kart 8 Deluxe Booster Course DLC tracks. We got 96 of those motherfuckers, and I personally wanted to do a ranking of all 96, and then I thought to myself, that is a lot of editing, that is a lot of time, that is not happening, that is a lot of thinking, ranking, no. So, I'm going to do a top 10 of my favorite DLC tracks. Spoiler alert, Waluigi Pinball is not top 3. Go fuck yourself! It's not even top 5, I'm sorry, because I'm a firm believer in super popular tracks like Waluigi Pinball just get worse and worse with every single iteration. I'm sorry. It peaked in its original, like Coconut Mall or like Koopa Cape. Tracks like that peaked in their original game, and they've only gotten worse with each iteration. I'm sorry. But, yeah. Let's get into this video, but first, some quick disclaimers. There will be no Tour City track. Go fuck yourself! I just don't care for them. They're not bad, I just think they're all the same and they're all in, like, just mid. They're all just mid to me. Yeah, so. There is no honorable mentions list because this was actually a really easy list for me to make. The only thing that I would even consider an honorable mention was GBA Boo Lake and Mario Kart 7 Rosalina's Ice World. Those are the only two that barely made the top 10. So if you want an honorable mentions list, that's your honorable mentions list. But other than that, this is actually a pretty easy list to put together. So let's do this thing! Coming in at number 10, one of my top 3 favorite tracks for Mario Kart Double Dash. It is DK Mountain, a fan favorite in the Mario Kart community, one of the most recognizable tracks in the Mario Kart community, mainly because of that big-ass cannon that you get launched out of near the beginning of the race. This right here is number 10 because it is, just, like I said, one of my favorite for Mario Kart Double Dash. I never have a bad time racing on this track. It's been brought back before in Mario Kart, damn Toad. It's been brought back before in Mario Kart Wii, and it's brought back again here in the Mario Kart 8 Deluxe Booster Course Pass. And the reason why it's number 10, well, because there are 9 tracks better than it, obviously. And I feel like this iteration of the track, it's not the hardest, right? And I understand it's not supposed to be the hardest because this game is, they've catered it more towards the casuals. But I feel like on this iteration, the roads are too wide. Going down that mountain isn't rocky enough because if you remember Mario Kart Double Dash and Mario Kart Wii, like that mountain used to shake you up going down, especially Mario Kart Double Dash. So they toned down the difficulty aspect of DK Mountain a lot, which I do get. I'm not mad at it. I understand, but you know, I just wish that mountain still shook you up a little bit. But yeah. But the course is still designed so beautifully. Like, oh, this track still absolutely looks amazing. One of my favorite things to do is when I get shot out of the cannon, I look behind me so I can see the entire track. Because you can see the entire track going up, and you can look behind you, and you can still see basically the entire layout of the track. Honestly, it's one of my favorite things about DK Mountain. I don't think I did it in this recording, but holy shit, bro. It's genuinely one of my favorite things to do. It's like one of those pleasure things. I just really like the track, man. I just really do love DK Mountain. Like the aesthetic, like the design, like everything about it. The music is still a head-bopping banger to this day. And that's why DK Mountain is number 10 on this list. Coming in at number 9. Look, it's Waluigi Pinball. I never said it wasn't going to be top 10. I just said it wasn't going to be top 5 or top 3. Because I don't love it that much. I'm not going to lie to you. I like it. I recognize how good of a track it is. Which is why it's at number 9. But it's not one of my top 5 favorite. I'm sorry. But anywho, Waluigi Pinball, number 9. One of the best looking tracks of the entire Booster Course Pass. I am so glad this did not release at the beginning of the Booster Course Pass, because this track would have looked like absolute shit. Like, it's terrible. Like, I have a few tracks later on in the list that came out in probably the first or second wave. And I'm mad that they did, because they should have looked better. But Waluigi Pinball, let's get into it. It's Waluigi Pinball, bro. The music still slaps. The sound still slaps. The aesthetic still slaps. This track itself still slaps. It's one of the most iconic tracks for a fucking reason. Still one of the best. Still one of the best to race your friends on. Still one of the hardest to avoid for those big old balls. But not for me. I'm good at avoiding big old balls. Anyway. I really don't know what else to say about this track that hasn't been said by a majority of the YouTube community, bro. It's Waluigi Pinball. I like it. but I don't absolutely love it. Like, every track ahead of DK Mountain and Waluigi Pinball, I absolutely love for either ironic reasons or for nostalgia reasons. The majority of which are ironic. And I just enjoy them way more than these two races. But, you know, you can't have a bad time on Waluigi Pinball, bro. Waluigi Pinball, number 9. Coming in at number 8, it is DS Mario Circuit. Now, a lot of people may not like me for putting this above Waluigi Pinball and DK Mountain, but I love this track so much. If you saw my video from a few years back, when I was basically predicting Mario Kart 9 tracks, first off, I need to go back and look at that video because I genuinely believe about half of the tracks I picked made it into the booster course. Maybe a little bit more than half. I know for a fact this was one of them, Shroom Ridge was one of them, Rosalina's Ice World was one of them, and I'm just cooking. But I'm a fortune teller. But that's besides the point. This track, I have so much love for this track. The music, I absolutely adore this music. And everyone just goes, oh, it's figure 8 circuit. Oh, it's figure 8 circuits music. No, this is Mario Circuit music, motherfucker. I love this track. I love the way it looks. I love that you got Peach's Castle in the background. You know you got to throw Peach's Castle in on every Mario Circuit so you can get the little nerd fanboys' dicks hard. You know, they're like, oh my god, it's Peach's Castle, stupid bitch. You fell for it again. Nintendo got you again, and they got me too. Now, I love that the piranhas shoot fireballs that you actually have to avoid this time, because I promise you in Mario Kart DS, I never had a single problem avoiding those fireballs. And they were never really difficult for me. The way that, oh my god, this section right here with the woods, it looks amazing. I just love this track. I really do. I don't know what it is. It's just a super ironic love I have for this track, bro. Oh, man. I'm trying my best to describe it professionally. But fuck being professional. I just love this track. Mario Circuit, never change. Double blue shell dodge. Number 8, Mario Circuit, man. Number 7 is Shroom Ridge, ladies and gentlemen. I think I am the only Shroom Ridge defender in the entire Mario Kart community. The ironic love I have for Mario Circuit is completely unironic for Shroom Ridge. I know exactly why I love Shroom Ridge. And, okay, listen. I don't like the way this released early in the past. Like I said earlier when I was talking about Waluigi Pinball, this is one of the tracks that I feel as if it was released later in the past, it would have looked so much better. It already looks all right, you know? But I feel like it could have looked so much better. But anyway, they just ripped this shit straight from DS, and I'm not mad at them. I'm really not. I wish, like I said, graphically it could look better, but it plays the exact same. It plays beautifully. The cars are actually, you have to dodge them. Like, normally, when I'm playing city tracks, the cars, I don't have to dodge them necessarily. They're not a hassle. They're not really much of an obstacle. They're just like, oh, cars in the way. But this race, there's been a few races, a few times when I've raced this track and I went, holy fuck, a truck, or holy god, a car, you know. Jesus H. Christ, you know. But I like the way this track looks. I like the way it's laid out. This right here, Shroom Ridge, it's top 5 favorite music tracks of the entire booster course. There are tracks later on this list that are easily top 3. Number one music track, it is later in this list. It's not the number 1 track, but it is the number 1 music track. But dude, Shroom Ridge, I just love it so much. If I could share my love for Shroom Ridge to the Mario Kart community, I would. But you just have to love it naturally to really understand why I love it so much. Shroom Ridge! Woo! Shroom Ridge! Number 6, halfway done with the list. We have Mushroom Gorge from Mario Kart Wii. Excuse me. One of my favorite tracks from Mario Kart Wii. Bringing all of its gloriousness back. It was brought back in Mario Kart 7, and it was brought back again here. You can't hold down Mushroom Gorge, man. It's really just a fan favorite track. That music. Still as fantastic as ever in 2023 as it was way back in 2007, 2008. Man. But it's Mushroom Gorge. What more do you want me to say? Like I said before, like about Waluigi Pinball, This community has talked about Mushroom Gorge to death. There's very little I can say about it at this point. It looks amazing in the Booster Course Pass. They've really done their thing here. I just fell. It's cool. They really did their thing when they were remaking Mushroom Gorge. They didn't. I'm so glad they didn't completely overhaul it, because they easily could have, and they didn't. And I'm just really happy about that, man. Mushroom Gorge. Less is more when it's talking about Mushroom Gorge, man. Let's move on. 6 flips. Woo! Backflip. Number 5, Squeaky Clean Sprint. When I first raced this track, I thought this track right here was downright amazing. The aesthetic, the design, the layout, the fact that you go down someone's drain and you see like a wedding ring. It was one of the cutest, funniest, dumbest things I've ever seen in a Mario Kart track. But I absolutely loved it, bro. I absolutely loved it. This is genuinely one of the best new tracks that they've introduced. Like, yeah, you can say whatever was sitting in tour is not really new. This is one of the best new tracks that they have ever introduced. Honestly, I'm so glad this track exists. I have such a fun time racing on this track. This track makes me feel unprecedented amounts of happiness. From the way it's laid out to the many obstacles you have to avoid, the fact that I'm flying over a toilet and the toilet spits up water and I couldn't care less. Normally I'd make a joke about getting hit with people's dirty piss and shit water, but oh my goodness, this track, it just has a good feel to it. It's good to race on. The music is amazing to listen to. It genuinely surprised me with how good this track was, because I wasn't expecting it to be that good. But when Nintendo want to unleash a new track, Nintendo unleashes a new damn track. Like, tracks like this really remind me just how good Nintendo are when they really just put their minds to it and go, all right, bro, let's make something really good. Let's make a banger. Oh man, I just really do adore this track. I'm going to spend the next 15 to 20 seconds, just listening to the music of this track. Squeaky Clean Sprint, number 5. We're halfway done. That means the tracks from here on out just only get better and better. Number 4, we have the first great course in the Booster Pass, Ninja Hideaway. I remember when this Booster Pass, whatever, first came out, and everybody was just dogging on the tracks, but Ninja Hideaway was so far and above the best one. Everybody was just saying, new courses, and then there's Ninja Hideaway. Or like the new courses and everything, but Ninja Hideaway clears. I remember, like, Ninja Hideaway was, it was very, very, very much the best course. 100%. It was the best course of the entire first wave. And I'm just so glad that everybody unanimously agreed that this one just deserved all the love it designed. Deserved all the love it got. Look at the way, like, this track, it looks amazing. It looks stunning. The music is fantastic. I will never get tired of listening to the music on this track. This, honestly, when I first raced it at 200cc, trying to get triple stars because I'm a tryhard, this was the track that gave me the most difficulty. I would dominate the rest of the cup, and then Ninja Hideaway would come, and I'd be like, oh my god, I gotta focus, I gotta lock in. It's Ninja Hideaway, and really that last turn fucked me up so many times. But man, Ninja Hideaway is just a really good course, man. I have a lot of love for this course, and I genuinely believe that if they just brought this back next Mario Kart, like Mario Kart 9, I wouldn't care. Half the community wouldn't care. It was that good, honestly. If I had to pick 4 courses to represent the Booster Course Pass to be brought back as quote-unquote retro for the next Mario Kart game, Ninja Hideaway will 100% be one of those courses. Without a doubt. Ninja Hideaway is that good. I'm about to get hit with a blue shell, so let's move on to the next one. Here we go, ladies and gentlemen. Top 3. The best new original course. I don't care if this was just sitting in tour waiting to be dropped. I don't care. The best new original course. The new course with the best music. Yoshi's Island. The only negative part about this course is that it's a bit basic. That's it. In terms of like the track layout and the way they could have configured you driving around the island, The only bad part is that it's a little bit on the safe side. That is the only bad part about this track. The rest is nothing but good news. The music is a head bopper. Without a doubt, it is now one of my top 5 favorite Mario Kart soundtracks of all time. 100%. The course is laid out beautifully. It looks amazing. Alright? It looks amazing for a basic-ass course. It has so many references to Yoshi's Island there. I'm not going to name them all. It has all the enemies. It has the Yoshi coins. It has little chain chomps dancing in the background. Look at them. Look at those big little chain chomps. Everyone's just having a fun, grand old time on Yoshi's Island. And I just like it. Everyone's just having such a riot. Yo, I'm so glad this track exists. The same thing I said about Squeaky Clean Sprint. It just makes me feel good. This track makes me feel so fantastic. And I'm so glad that this track exists. Because this track really does deserve its own shit. And I wouldn't be mad if they brought this track back for the next 3 Mario Karts in a row. I wouldn't be mad at all. Wouldn't be mad at that shit at all. Honestly. Oh man, I just love this track so much. Not more than the next 2, but boom. But Yoshi's Island, man. Yoshi's fucking Island. Coming in at number 2, we have probably, if you ask me, the most beautiful Rainbow Road of all time. It is Mario Kart 7's iteration of the Grand Rainbow track. And honestly, you just can't argue with me that this is the most beautiful Rainbow Road of all time. Everything that made this track work in 7, they literally just said, let's make it look pretty, and let's drop it in Mario Kart 8. And that's exactly what they did. They literally didn't have to change anything about this track. All they had to do was let this track ride and go crazy, and that's exactly what they did. It is still, without a doubt, a top 3 Rainbow Road in my opinion. It is still as amazing as it was in 7. The soundtrack is beautiful. The background of that space is absolutely amazing. In Mario Kart 7, it was just like black with some stars. Limitations of the 3DS. I get it. Fine. Cool. But they made this background pop. You can see comets. You can see meteors falling if you're lucky enough. You can see stars. You can see everything. You can see little star bits. This track just looks amazing on Mario Kart 8. They really went all out with this. You can see other planets. You can see the other racers in the background if they suck enough. It's just great, man. And I really do just love this track. They did this track so much justice. I'm glad they brought it back, and I'm glad they didn't bullshit on the track. They couldn't have. They would have had all 28 of the Mario Kart 7 fans all over their ass. I'm one of the 28, so they would have had me to deal with. And I just feel like they just did this track so much justice. The most beautiful Rainbow Road. One of the most iconic Rainbow Roads. Sitting at number 2. But only one track can be number 1. And I think we all know what track that is. It wasn't gonna be anything else other than Mario Kart Wii Rainbow Road. My favorite, not the most beautiful, but my favorite Rainbow Road of all time. I can go on for literal hours about my love of Mario Kart Wii and about my love for Mario Kart Wii's Rainbow Road. It is the best iteration of the track. I am sorry. Mario Kart 7's is good, but Mario Kart Wii's clears. Not clears a lot, but it clears. Anyway, let's get into it, man. You start the race by going down a steep hill. Not as steep as Mario Kart Wii, and the jump at the beginning isn't as big as Mario Kart Wii's. That's the only thing I don't like about this track. It doesn't feel as grand in the beginning, but whatever. That's just mechanics of the game. Can't really do shit about that. I just love it. The music is just as amazing as the music has ever been. The track looks fantastic. You got little star bits around you at all times, honestly. And when you fall off the track, they still give you that little meteor effect. They don't let you fall all the way back down to earth like they used to. But the fact that they still let that in the game, it's great, man. And this track at 200cc can be just as annoying and difficult as it was in the original version of Mario Kart Wii. I'm playing on 150cc right now for the sake of getting footage. But this track, man, I'm so glad they didn't fuck up this track when they brought it back. Very fittingly, it is the last track of the entire Booster Course Pass. When I saw this, I went, they can't fuck this up. They have to absolutely stick this landing, and they nailed it. They absolutely nailed it when it came to remaking Mario Kart Wii Rainbow Road. There's just so many good things I can honestly say about this track. This track is my feel-good track. This track is my nostalgia track. This track right here makes me love Mario Kart all over again. After Heron does his bullshit targeting and Poncho just, you know, does his bullshit Canadian stuff, this track right here makes me feel good and comfortable. The beginning of the track is good. The end of the track, the music, the dives, the jumps, the star bits, the obstacles, the everything. This track is my baby in Mario Kart form. And I won't let anybody hurt, touch, or talk about my baby. And if you do, I'm going to beat the shit out of you. Anyway, that's it, man. That's it. That's the top 10. I'm surprised this took 20 minutes. But then again, I do talk a lot, so I'm not really all that surprised. But what are your top 10 favorite Mario Kart 8 Booster Course Deluxe Course Pass DLC Mario Kart 8 tracks? Let me know in the comment section below. Let me know how much you hate my list for putting Mario Kart, you know, for putting Mario Circuit above Waluigi Pinball. So let me know how much you hate me for that. Tell all your friends, like, share, subscribe, share this video. Follow me on Instagram, follow me on TikTok. All that shit is in the description below. I'll have more Mario Kart content on the way because we love this, man. Happy holidays. Check on your families. Stay thankful, stay blessed. And I will see all of you in the next video.